Hello, my name is Kathy, and today I'll be discussing how to use homeopathic remedies on ailments, continuing with hormones and metabolism ailments starting with the letter D through G. But before I do this, I wanted to let you know that because I have a great many videos now on many different topics, that I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Please refer to my How to Use Homeopathic Remedies video before using the material in this video. I'll be discussing how to use homeopathic remedies on specific ailments, but I've broken these ailments into categories for easier reference. I'll begin with ailments of the mind and emotions, then I'll move on to ailments of the brain and nervous system. Then I'll address issues with the skin, nails, hair, eyes, ears, nose, teeth, gums, lungs, respiration, heart, blood circulation, muscles, bones, joints, esophagus, stomach, duodenum, small and large intestine, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, kidney, and bladder. Then ailments specific to women, and then specific to men. Then issues of the hormones and metabolism, and then issues of infections, infestations in the immune system. Then issues surrounding fertility, pregnancy, childbirth, postnatal problems, infant ailments, diseases in childhood, and special issues of adolescence. And finally, special issues of the elderly. Constitutional treatment involves treating the totality of the individual person. Everyone is a unique individual with a unique physiology that responds to substances differently. In homeopathy, it's recognized that people will react strongly to certain remedies, and as a result of this, they can be loosely placed into different categories called constitutional types. Homeopaths talk of, for example, phosphoric types. These are people who react strongly to phosphorus, or arsenicum album types, those who react strongly to arsenicum album. The belief is that people of one type share similarities in terms of body shape, character, and personality, and the sorts of diseases from which they suffer. As an example, nature-mere people tend to be pear-shaped, have a dark complexion, be fastidious and rigid in personality, and keep themselves to themselves. They also crave salt and suffer from constipation. As another example, Lycopodium types tend to be tall, ganglion, of a stooped appearance, with an anxious expression and a craving for sweets and a propensity to produce intestinal gas. Now, of course, constitutional types have their limitations. In reality, each person is an individual, and so there are as many constitutional types as there are human beings. An account must be taken of the sum total of a person's inherent predispositions, past illnesses, diet, general reactions to the environment, intellectual and emotional features, and general attitude towards life. This is what is meant by constitutional treatment. I'll be making detailed videos of the various constitutional types after I've completed the use of homeopathic remedies on ailments. The ideas, procedures, and suggestions in this video and all my homeopathic videos are not intended as a substitute for the medical advice of a trained health professional. Consult your physician before adopting the suggestions in this video. If you're pregnant, do not attempt these techniques without the approval of your physician. So, let us continue with learning how homeopathic treatments can help with hormone and metabolism ailments, starting with the letter D through G. Metabolism is the sum total of the chemical processes that occur in the living body, and it is ultimately controlled by instructions contained in the chromosomes in the nucleus of every cell. But cells must coordinate their activity, and to do this, they must communicate. The nervous system provides communication via nerves, delivering messages in microseconds, and the endocrine system provides communication via hormones, which travel around the body in the bloodstream. Chemically speaking, hormones are either proteins, amino acid derivatives, or cholesterol derivatives, and they are secreted in response to nervous stimuli, such as sight, touch, hearing, taste, smell, thoughts, emotions, and also in response to various chemicals in the bloodstream, including other hormones. The pituitary gland at the base of the brain, for example, secretes a number of hormones designed to stimulate other hormone-producing glands into action. The hormones produced by these subservient glands circulate in the blood, but if their concentration in the blood falls below or rises above a certain level, the pituitary adjusts its output of trophic or stimulating hormones. However, the pituitary is not the prime mover of the endocrine system. This role is played by the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is a distinct group of cells at the base of the forebrain, with extensive connections to the cortex, brainstem, and hindbrain. Stimulating and inhibitory hormones secreted by the hypothalamus in response to nervous impulses from other parts of the brain travel the short distance to the pituitary beneath it, and the pituitary responds by increasing or decreasing its secretory activities. The anterior lobe of the pituitary secretes growth hormone called prolactin in order to stimulate production of breast milk, and hormones that stimulate the thyroid and adrenal glands, and also the ovaries and testes. The posterior lobe of the pituitary produces antidiuretic hormone in order to decrease the excretion of water by the kidneys, and oxytocin to stimulate the milk flow and contraction of the womb after childbirth. The thyroid gland, which lies on the neck opposite the Adam's apple, produces thyroxine, which controls your metabolic rate, which is the pace of chemical activity in every cell of the body. Iodine is an essential component of thyroxine. Directly behind the thyroid are the 4 parathyroid glands. These produce parathyhormone, which, together with calcitonin produced by the thyroid, control calcium metabolism. The 2 adrenal glands, one perched on top of each kidney, secrete the fight-or-flight hormones adrenaline and noradrenaline in response to stimulation of the sympathetic nervous system. The adrenal glands also secrete steroids, all of which are made from cholesterol. 2 of the most important steroids are aldosterone and cortisone. Aldosterone controls the balance of potassium and sodium in the blood, and cortisone plays a crucial role in carbohydrate, protein, and fat metabolism, and many other processes. The adrenal glands also produce small amounts of androgens, which are masculinizing hormones in both women and men. However, the major androgen producing role in the male body occurs in the testes, which produces testosterone. In women, femaleness, fertility, and the menstrual cycle are controlled by estrogens and progestins manufactured in the ovaries. The testes also produce small amounts of estrogens. Another very important endocrine gland is the pancreas, which lies under and behind the stomach. It produces 2 hormones that regulate the level of glucose in the blood, insulin and glucagon. Insulin encourages cells to absorb glucose, and glucagon encourages stores of glucose to be released into the bloodstream. Both hormones are produced in response to levels of glucose in the blood. If the cells that produce insulin become diseased or unresponsive, the result is diabetes. Many other parts of the body, such as the heart, kidneys, stomach, intestines, and placenta, also contain cells that produce hormones. Dwarfism. Dwarfism may be caused by a deficiency of growth hormone from birth or during childhood or adolescence. The fault lies in the pituitary gland, but unless a tumor is responsible, the reason for the malfunction may not be obvious. Some forms of dwarfism are caused by inherited errors of bone formation. Other hormones beside growth hormones may be deficient, causing poor sexual development, although this may also be associated with a zinc deficiency. Orthodox treatment consists of injections of growth hormone or removal of a pituitary tumor. Stunted growth is more commonly due to malnutrition and emotional factors, or to conditions such as celiac disease and cystic fibrosis. Homeopathic treatment is constitutional. Gigantism. Gigantism is a consequence of the pituitary gland producing too much growth hormone while bones, organs, and other structures are still growing. This produces great elongation of the limbs and torso and proportional sideways growth. In adults who have stopped growing, Too much growth hormone produces only sideways enlargement. If your child is growing too fast, see your doctor. Orthodox treatment consists of anti-hormone drugs or, if necessary, removal of a pituitary tumor. Constitutional homeopathic treatment is advised in addition to orthodox treatment. Goiter. Goiter is a non-toxic enlargement of the thyroid gland, usually due to a shortage of iodine in the diet. Iodine shortage means that the thyroid cannot produce enough thyroxine, so the pituitary stimulates it to enlarge in a vain attempt to increase thyroxine production. Enlargement produces a swelling around the front of the neck. This condition is easily remedied by increasing the iodine intake. Fish and kelp are good natural sources. The homeopathic remedies that follow will also help if, in spite of these measures, the swelling does not go down. See your doctor. Specific remedies to be taken every 12 hours for up to 2 weeks. Obsessive personality, always in a hurry, always feeling hot, with dark hair and eyes. Use Iodum 30C. Long-standing swelling of thyroid, lump feels hard. Use Spongia 30C. Person pale, chilly, overweight, and has sweaty feet. Use Calcarea 30C. Person who is elderly, but vigorous and full-bodied, with varicose veins. Use Fluoric acid 30C. Gout is the buildup of uric acid crystals in the joints, especially the big toe joints, knuckles, knees, and elbows, due to diet, genetic predispositions, lead poisoning, diuretic drugs, or conditions such as psoriasis and leukemia. Normally, uric acid, the unwanted end product of protein breakdown, is excreted by the kidneys. But if the kidney function is impaired, or if more uric acid is produced than can be coped with, crystals accumulate in spaces between the joints, causing gout, or in kidneys themselves, causing high blood pressure and kidney failure. A first attack of gout usually afflicts one joint only. The joint becomes red, shiny, and excruciatingly painful, often within a matter of hours. There is a moderate fever which develops as well. This initial attack wears off after a few days and may never recur. In most cases, however, attacks do recur at decreasing intervals and affecting more joints. If left untreated, the joints may be permanently deformed. Orthodox treatment consists of painkillers and non-steroid anti-inflammatory drugs, or drugs to increase excretion or reduce the production of uric acid. Homeopathic treatment is constitutional, but during an attack, one of the remedies that follow may help. Specific remedies to be taken every 15 minutes for up to 10 doses. Person depressed, irritable, weak, and nauseous. Affective joint excruciatingly painful, especially at night or when an attempt is made to move it. Use Colchicum 6C. Joints feel bruised and painful. Use Arnica 30C. Affected joints slightly swollen with a cold feeling in them. Discomfort lessened by cold bathing, increased by movement. Use Ledum 6C. Affected joints burn and itch. Use Urtica 30C. Symptoms accompanied by strong smelling urine. Use Benzoic acid 6C. 1 foot hot, 1 foot cold. Symptoms worse from 4 to 8 p.m. Use Lycopodium 6C. Pain flits from joint to joint. Use Pulsatilla 6C. Self-help. To ease the pain, apply a hot compress or ice pack to the affected joint, but do not take aspirin, as it may interfere with the action of anti-gout drugs. To keep bedclothes off the joint, improvise a cage or cradle out of a cardboard box. Drink extra fluid. Plain water is best, or water with a little sodium bicarbonate in it. Extra vitamin C and magnesium are also beneficial. I have a great many videos now on many different topics, and so I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Well, that's it for now. To stay up to date with my latest videos, make sure to subscribe to this free YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button right below this video. Take care.